The story begins with a premise that is both intriguing and strategic. A woman steps into the role of a millionaire's fiancée for business reasons. This arrangement is far from romantic at the outset. It is calculated, deliberate, and rooted in practicality. The woman, intelligent and resourceful, understands the power dynamics at play and willingly participates in this pretense, fully aware of the stakes involved. She navigates this new role with poise, carefully balancing the expectations of society, the scrutiny of the millionaire's acquaintances, and the subtle challenges of maintaining a believable performance. Every smile, every gesture, and every word is measured, reflecting not only her sharp mind, but also her ability to adapt to complex social scenarios. For the millionaire, the situation is equally layered. He is a man used to control, accustomed to shaping circumstances in his favor, and he initially views the fake engagement as a convenient tool to achieve a specific business goal. The woman's entry into his life is at first simply another variable to manage. Their early interactions are marked by formality and a subtle tension born from mutual awareness. They are both playing roles, yet both are inherently intelligent enough to recognize the calculations behind each other's actions. This creates an undercurrent of playful rivalry, a subtle push and pull that drives the narrative forward. The pretense requires careful choreography. The woman must convincingly navigate public appearances, social events, and the scrutiny of those around them, all while maintaining the illusion of a genuine relationship. In doing so, she reveals her adaptability and strategic thinking, traits that the millionaire cannot help but notice. At the same time, the pressure of performing this role brings out glimpses of vulnerability, moments when she cannot fully mask her true self, and these fleeting cracks in the facade serve to humanize her in the eyes of both the millionaire and the audience. Their interactions are rich with layers of subtext. A casual touch, a shared glance, or a carefully chosen word carries weight far beyond the surface. The tension is both external, in the sense of their social environment and business imperatives, and internal, as they navigate the complexities of their own emotions. What begins as a purely transactional relationship gradually allows room for curiosity and recognition. Each party starts to observe subtle qualities in the other that are not part of the pretense: kindness, intelligence, humor, and resilience. These observations plant the seeds for the emotional entanglement that will later define the story. Ultimately, the strategic pretend relationship is not merely a plot device. It serves as a lens through which both characters' personalities and values are revealed. The calculated nature of their arrangement highlights their intelligence, resourcefulness, and self-control, while the moments when the facade slips expose their humanity. This dynamic establishes the foundation for all subsequent developments, making the initial pretense a crucial and compelling element of the narrative that balances tension, strategy, and the early sparks of emotional connection. As the story progresses, what begins as a calculated and purely strategic arrangement gradually transforms into something far more complex and emotionally charged. The initial relationship, rooted in practicality and mutual convenience, slowly begins to blur the lines between pretense and genuine feeling. Both the woman and the millionaire start noticing traits in each other that extend beyond the carefully constructed facades they present to the world. These discoveries, subtle at first, ignite a process of emotional entanglement that neither anticipated. Small gestures, a thoughtful word, an unexpected act of kindness, a shared laugh, begin to carry deeper significance, creating a tension that is at once exhilarating and unsettling. The woman, who initially approached the engagement with strategic intent, starts to recognize qualities in the millionaire that defy her original assumptions. She observes his moments of vulnerability, the rare instances when his control slips and reveals a more authentic human side. These glimpses challenge her perception of him as merely a powerful, self-assured businessman and force her to confront the possibility that there may be more to her feelings than practicality. Similarly, the millionaire begins to see beyond the woman's composure and intelligence, noticing her wit, empathy, and resilience. Her presence disrupts the carefully ordered structure of his life, prompting emotions he had not expected to feel for someone he originally considered a convenient partner. This slow-burning emotional attachment is accompanied by an internal struggle for both characters. They are constantly negotiating between the logic of their arrangement and the unpredictable stirrings of genuine affection. The woman questions her motives and wonders whether she is imagining the growing warmth she feels or whether it is real. At the same time, the millionaire grapples with his own defenses, which are grounded in years of control and calculated decision-making. The tension created by these conflicting emotions adds depth to their interactions and builds a compelling narrative of self-discovery and vulnerability. The social and professional circumstances surrounding them heighten the stakes of this emotional entanglement. Each public appearance, each interaction with colleagues or acquaintances forces them to maintain the illusion of their engagement while simultaneously navigating the complicated feelings that are developing privately. This duality amplifies the tension and makes their growing attachment all the more intense, as moments of intimacy must be carefully concealed within the bounds of their shared ruse. The interplay of private emotion and public performance creates a rich tapestry of psychological complexity, where every gesture, every glance, and every word carries layered meaning. Ultimately, this unexpected emotional entanglement shifts the story from one of calculated pretense to a tale of human connection and evolving desire. The character's journey illustrates how love can emerge in the most unlikely circumstances, how genuine affection can arise from an initially strategic alliance, and how emotional complexity enriches both their personal growth and the narrative as a whole. By allowing themselves to notice and respond to each other's true qualities, they begin to navigate a path that challenges their assumptions, blurs the lines between strategy and sentiment, and sets the stage for transformative developments in their relationship. As the story unfolds, the central theme of transformation through love becomes increasingly apparent, shaping both the characters and the trajectory of their relationship. What began as a carefully orchestrated business arrangement evolves into an emotional journey that challenges the characters' preconceptions, priorities, and even their understanding of themselves. For the woman, stepping into the role of the millionaire's fiancée was initially an exercise in strategy and composure, a task that demanded intelligence, charm, and precision. Yet, as genuine feelings begin to emerge, she discovers a new layer of vulnerability and depth within herself. Becomes aware that her actions, initially motivated by practical gain, are now guided by the complex and unpredictable nature of love. Each interaction carries emotional weight, and her decisions are no longer purely tactical. They are influenced by desire, concern, and the emerging sense of attachment to the millionaire. Similarly, the millionaire experiences a profound internal shift. Accustomed to control, calculation, and efficiency, he is unprepared for the disruptive yet exhilarating force of genuine emotion. His initial perspective, viewing the engagement as a tool for social or business advantage, is gradually replaced by an awareness of the woman's importance beyond the scope of any contract or strategic objective. The qualities he observes in her, intelligence, compassion, courage, and authenticity, begin to influence his behavior and choices. He starts to prioritize her happiness, their shared moments, and the integrity of their relationship over previously unquestioned ambitions. This internal transformation is subtle at first, but becomes increasingly evident through his willingness to compromise, empathize, and embrace vulnerability in ways that had previously been foreign to him. The transformative power of love is further amplified by the context in which their relationship exists. Their interactions are framed by a mixture of societal expectations, professional obligations, and the inherent tension of maintaining a facade.
It is within this framework that the characters confront and negotiate the disparity between external appearances and internal truths. Love becomes the catalyst that prompts reflection, self-discovery, and personal growth. Both characters are compelled to examine their motivations, fears, and desires, ultimately gaining a clearer understanding of who they are and what they truly value. This process of emotional awakening is as much about individual growth as it is about the evolution of their relationship. Love's transformative influence extends to the dynamic between them as a couple. Shared experiences, moments of tenderness, and challenges that require mutual trust foster a deeper connection that transcends the initial pretense. Emotional honesty begins to replace guarded interactions, allowing the relationship to flourish in ways that are authentic and deeply fulfilling. As the characters embrace these changes, they are compelled to reconsider long-held assumptions about control, power, and the nature of meaningful partnerships. The narrative emphasizes that love, when genuine, has the power to reshape priorities, challenge established patterns, and inspire growth, ultimately redefining both the individual and the relationship. This transformation through love is not immediate or simplistic. It is gradual, layered, and richly detailed, illustrating how authentic emotions can emerge from unexpected circumstances. By allowing themselves to be affected by each other in profound ways, the characters experience a shift that is both internal and relational, creating a story that resonates with emotional depth, complexity, and the universal truth that love can indeed change everything. As the narrative reaches its pivotal moments, conflict and resolution emerge as the central forces driving the story to its emotional climax. The pretense that once served as a convenient arrangement for both the woman and the millionaire becomes increasingly difficult to maintain as genuine emotions develop. What was initially a controlled, strategic scenario is now fraught with complications that test their trust, patience, and understanding. The tension is not manufactured arbitrarily. It arises naturally from the collision between expectation and reality.
Each character is forced to confront their own feelings, as well as the consequences of the growing attachment that cannot be contained within the boundaries of the original ruse. Misunderstandings, jealousy, and fear of vulnerability create layers of internal and external conflict, which drive both character development and plot progression. The external conflicts often mirror their internal struggles. Friends, family, or colleagues may question the legitimacy of the engagement, unaware of the evolving emotions beneath the surface. Social scrutiny, business pressures, and public appearances all contribute to an environment where the stakes are high and every decision carries weight. These external pressures amplify the tension, forcing the characters to navigate the relationship with careful consideration and heightened emotional awareness. Simultaneously, they must manage the delicate balance between preserving appearances and acknowledging the authenticity of their growing connection. This balancing act creates a rich tapestry of suspense and emotional intensity, where even small interactions become significant markers of development and change. Internal conflicts play an equally crucial role in shaping the story's trajectory. Both the woman and the millionaire struggle with self-doubt and fear. Fear of rejection, fear of losing control, and fear of exposing vulnerability. These fears are natural, given their previous experiences and the context of the initial arrangement, but they also act as obstacles that the characters must overcome to reach emotional fulfillment. Their journey becomes one of self-discovery as much as mutual understanding, with each character learning to navigate complex emotions, communicate honestly, and confront insecurities that may have been dormant before. The resolution of these internal conflicts is essential for the story to achieve a satisfying emotional payoff. Resolution emerges gradually, often through moments of revelation, confession, or shared vulnerability. The characters confront the truth of their feelings, acknowledge the depth of their attachment, and reconcile the differences between their initial intentions and their present emotions. Misunderstandings are clarified, fears are expressed,
and the barriers built by ego or circumstance are dismantled through open communication and trust. This process is not instant. It requires patience, courage, and a willingness to embrace uncertainty. The narrative emphasizes that true resolution is earned, not imposed, and it is through this journey that the characters achieve growth both as individuals and as partners. Ultimately, the combination of conflict and resolution highlights the transformative nature of the relationship. It underscores the idea that love is not just a series of romantic moments, but a force that challenges assumptions, reshapes priorities, and fosters profound personal growth. The characters emerge from their trials with a stronger connection, greater self-awareness, and a deeper appreciation for the complexities of emotional intimacy. The story concludes on a note of fulfillment that is both realistic and heartening, demonstrating that overcoming challenges together strengthens the bond between two people and provides a narrative arc that is emotionally satisfying, compelling, and resonant for readers.